So I'm going to talk relatively briefly about, to give you a little bit of context about the work that we're doing at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, or the TWA, or the Royal Scottish, or however you try to abbreviate it. So it became Maggies Plan. It became the Conservatoire's part of the Conservatoire's strategic plan to become a centre of excellence for training of deaf performers. And lots of things were done in order to prepare the building, to try and understand how this is going to work and what we should be teaching. An evening course was trialled called Deaf Theatre Skills, which became a way of exploring how we would teach, what subjects were relevant for us as teachers to learn as well. The RCS undertook deaf awareness training and started to teach staff and students BSL to make the building more deaf-friendly. Bear launched deaf apprenticeships, which is what this was. And finally, we got that we had the course validated in 2015, and it was agreed that it would run every 3 years. So we'd get one cohort of students in, teach them for 3 years, and then we'd look for our next group of students. It's interesting, actually, somebody mentioned that the BSL Act was passed at the same time, September 2015, and this is exactly the same point when we launched our degree, which seems like lucky happenstance. So yeah, September 2015, the BA in Performance in British Sign Language and English. That took 4 years to come up with that title. Started. We had 8 students originally, 7 of whom are pictured here, along with Claire Lamont, who's with the dark hair in the coat. And she is the head of the programme, and myself at the end, who I'm kind of her second in command. The first 8 students, 6 of whom had already had contact with Bear and had been through the evening class with us. And we had 1 student who joined from Northern Ireland and 1 student who had been found in Romania and came by bus, 3 days on a bus from Romania to join the course. So we've now got a group of 10 students who are about to go into their 3rd year. This picture, there is a short film called Dawn of the Deaf, which is great, you should see it, although it's slightly controversial. It's been a really exciting journey. It's been quite a scary journey at the same time, because everything we do, we've done for the first time. And we have to learn. I think somebody mentioned earlier that deaf people are the experts of their own experience. So we are constantly learning from our students as well as them learning from us. So it's been that kind of two-way learning experience. But actually, it's not a one-size-fits-all. There's so much variation within that bracket. And actually, it's much more important to recognise each individual human, which is why it was called Humans of Deaf People. And you have to meet each individual and talk about exactly what they need, what their requirements are, what their aspirations are.